back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. First live stream of the year. First live stream of the year. I'm excited to be here. I'm going to just take a moment and take it all in. Take it all in. It's been a long month for me, but I'm excited to be here with you all. Go ahead and use the comment section to let me know what your name is, if it doesn't already say that, and where you're checking in from. If you're not familiar with what I do over here, my name is Kojo Sarfo, aka Dr. Kojo, aka your Hollywood mental health expert, aka your favorite comedian, writer, mental health practitioner. I hope I'm your favorite everything. And we're going to be talking a little bit about AuDHD and the paradox that comes with having autism and ADHD. And obviously, I'll talk a little bit about my first headlining show of the year, which will be in Houston, Texas, April 26th at 8 o'clock. And I hope to see some of y'all there. So a lot to get to and a lot to talk about. But let's go ahead and see who we have here in the chat. Oh, Mickey Ficky. Did y'all hear that? Y'all heard me crack my back? Makes me crack my neck. Just crack everything. Just crack everything. Just crack everything. All right. Hey, Dapper Dan, how are you? We got some love from Alaska. Juneau, Alaska in the house. Okay. All right. And then we have Precious checking in from Maryland on TikTok. For those of y'all on TikTok, your comments won't show on the screen, but that's fine. If you're on TikTok, it's all good. Hang out on TikTok, it's all good. But we are streaming on Twitch, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and on YouTube. On YouTube as well. We are streaming on YouTube. So for my YouTube boys and girls, no need to worry. You can come over to Facebook if you want. You can come over to TikTok if you want. But we are streaming live on your platform. So just know that you can be on YouTube. You can be on your platform of choice and get tonight's live stream. All right, let me see what we have here on TikTok. Okay, Precious. Ajua, Dr. AJ checking in from Ghana. Okay, we have people checking in from Ghana. From Ghana. Awesome. Nice to see you. We have Carly. Well, it's actually Dr. Carly now. Carly, those letters look good on you. Those letters look really good on you. I see you smiling your photo on LinkedIn. Dr. Carly, it's good to see you. We need more people. We need more people in the field. We need more people in psychiatry. It's not an easy job. It's not an easy job. But people who have the passion and, of course, the knowledge, but the passion will make a big difference. Let me let my assistant know something real quick. Hey, John, give me about 40 minutes or so. I'm on a live stream. I'm streaming a little bit late, but in about, let's meet at 6:45 California time. Thank you. I'm pushing back a team meeting so I can go live. Let me take off my glasses. I'm a different Mo when I take out the glasses. Let me see who else we have here on TikTok. What is this discussion about? I just want to come out here and look at y'all's faces. That's what I want to do. No, we're talking about autism and ADHD and how it's a paradox. And also, I'm promoting my comedy show in Houston. Leilani, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. I'm here. Now this 5-year-old the world. What's up by hearing and hearing by Kendra? How are you? How is the baby? The baby's like 2 years old by now, right? Baby's gotten bigger and bigger. Sophia on TikTok says, "Hello, Dr. Sarfo. How are you? I'm good. Thank you for having me back. I wasn't sure if I could stream on Twitch, being a partner on there. And now I'm just streaming on Twitch. If we can't, for some reason, we'll adjust. But I want to stream on Twitch. I want everybody to get my live streams all at once. So that's what we're going to do. That is what we're going to do. Jessica, thank you so much, Jessica. Bryn on TikTok, I appreciate you. The men in white suits. We'll definitely do questions a little bit later on. And if you want your questions answered, the best way is to subscribe to the Patreon and ask the question there. And then I'll answer the question in video form. That's the fastest way to get your questions answered. But this is probably the second best way to get your questions answered on the live stream. Kendra said she's doing good. The baby is 2 years old now, and my other son's about to be 8 years old. Oh my God. Life is. Why is life going by so fast? You were just pregnant, and now the baby's about to be 2. What is going on? Can somebody slow down life, please? We're almost done with January. Loose that necktie. I'm going to tighten it up. The best way to get a neurodivergent to not do something is to tell them to do it. Or vice versa. I'm going to tighten up this time. Life is life, and I've been missing the lives. And we're going to talk a little bit about autism and ADHD. And obviously, you see the title. So, well, if you're on TikTok, you don't see the title where it says, the full title says, The AuDHD Paradox. Come see me live in Houston, April 26th. If you're on TikTok, you don't get that full part. But that's what the full title says. Before I get deep into what we're talking about today, let me talk about where I have been. So I made a video on TikTok a couple of days ago, or was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday, 2 days ago or so, where I had said that I was in depressive funk. I was going through a little bit of depression and just going through one of those funks. It happens every couple of months. I hit one of these rough patches where all of a sudden I start to think about just myself. And that's kind of a sign that I know that things are getting bad when I start to focus in on what I need and I isolate myself and I'm not checking in on family as much. And what shook me out of the depressive episode was getting into a car accident. And then I was like, oh shit, I could die any moment. So the car accident helped, interestingly enough. And also, I've adopted a new principle where I have a ridiculous amount of gratitude for everything. So now the small things, I don't care what it is. I'm so grateful for every single thing. I'm looking at this computer screen. I have Wi-Fi in this house. I have a big community, a large community of over 5 million followers who care and support me. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the fact that I have these 2 phones that I'm looking at. I'm grateful for these glasses that I have. I'm grateful for the Tylenol that I got right here to help me with my back pain because I'm an unk. I'm grateful for the light that's shining on me. I'm grateful for the light up top. I'm grateful for my dog. I'm grateful for the fact that the Titans follow me on Instagram. Every single thing I am grateful for. And that has really worked. So if you are in a depressive funk or if you know somebody who's going through a little bit of depression, just know that if you were able to, because sometimes the weird thing about depression is you can't really see the positive. All you see is the negative. The positive thoughts don't register. So it could make it difficult for you to be grateful. But if you're able to adopt a mentality of ridiculous gratitude. Zoe, what you doing? She's scratching something up. Ridiculous gratitude. If you can adopt that mentality, I promise you, you will feel better. So that's what I've been doing, and it's been helping out a lot. So I like to start my day off with things that I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for my health, and I'm grateful for my family, my online community. I'm grateful for this comedy show in Houston. Catherine, you caught my attention. April 26th at 8 p.m. I'll be at the All Jokes Aside Comedy Club in Houston, Texas. Not just me, but the squad from California. We're coming to Texas. We're kicking off the comedy tour in Texas. I am so happy that I'm able to go on tour now. We were supposed to go on tour last year, but I hit this burnout phase where I could not sleep. My mental health was all over the place. And I still have to travel because my family's on the East Coast. So I still have to go from the West Coast to the East Coast. So I couldn't pause the traveling, but I had to pause the comedy shows. So we couldn't go. I think last year, September was the first day of the tour. We had to push it back, what, 8 months or so? 8 months? We pushed it back quite some time. It gave me time to get my mental health right and to get sleep. And I'm proud to announce that I'm getting sleep now. I'm checking my sleep on my Aura ring, but I'm getting sleep now. So that's very exciting. So April the 26th at 8 p.m. at the All Jokes Aside Comedy Club, we'll be coming to Houston, Texas. And I haven't announced this yet. So this is the first time that I'm announcing it, but we are also coming to Nashville, Tennessee, which is my hometown. We're coming to Nashville, Tennessee, May 31st, Zany's Comedy Club. I'm probably not supposed to announce that right now because my team has to put together the materials. So I'm jumping the gun, but I'm so excited. I'm going to go ahead and just put it out there. I'm just so excited about the show in Tennessee. I'm excited about Texas too. Don't get me wrong. I'm excited about Texas, but I'm excited and grateful that I get to come home on May the 31st, okay, which is Kendra's baby's birthday. Nashville, Tennessee, Zany's Comedy Club. I think it's a Sunday night, I believe, a Sunday night. And you see, I have my Titans gear with me everywhere I go. So I'm a big Titans fan, and I grew up in Nashville, so I cannot wait for that show. It's going to be amazing. I cannot wait to bring the squad down to Nashville. So it's going to be amazing. It's the day before Sarah's birthday. So, Sarah, you can't forget it. Maybe you should come to Tennessee, Sarah. You should come to Tennessee. All right, guys. So that's enough about the comedy show promo. I want to talk to you all today about having autism and ADHD and why it's a paradox. Okay. It doesn't make sense when you have both. And by the looks of it, in the comment section, we have a couple of folk who either have one or two of these conditions, and then we have a couple of other people who are undiagnosed who feels that they may have these conditions. So when we're talking about autism, you have to understand that the autistic brain lacks structure and routine and order. That's what the autistic brain does. All right. Now, if we're talking about the ADHD brain, this is a brain that wants novelty. You're seeking dopamine. You want things to be exciting. You can't be bored. You hate being bored. So when you have both of these two in the same brain, we have a conflict now. We have a dilemma. We have a side of us that needs order, but then we have a side of us that wants to freestyle. We have a side of us that gets bored easily, and then we have a side of us that will lock in and hyperfixate on a certain thing. We have a side of us that wants things to be new and exciting and fresh, and then we have a side of us that wants the same thing. We want to eat the same thing every day at the same time, and we don't want the food to be any different. If the food's just a little bit different, if it's prepared differently, we're not going for that. We can't have that. We need the food to be the same thing every single time. Then you have the side of you, the ADHD side, that needs things to be different. This is very difficult. And I like what Mo says, and I've used this term before in my videos: controlled chaos. Controlled chaos. So you like for things to be sporadic. You like that chaotic environment, but you want it to be controlled. You want it to be on your terms. So you're okay with things being sporadic and all over the place, but as long as you know where everything is at, as long as you know what's going on, you're okay with it. So if you are this type of person, you don't make any sense to the people around you unless they are also neurospicy. All right. And sometimes you don't make any sense to yourself. You don't make any sense to yourself because you know that planning is how people get things done. So you'll plan things. You'll plan your week, and you'll come up with an elaborate plan of how you should go about your day-to-day affairs. So you come up with a great plan, and when it's time to follow the plan, then we bail on it. We don't want to follow the plan that we made. And sometimes we get so upset we're like, okay, who made this plan? This is a ridiculous plan. But then you realize that it was you who made the plan. You made the plan. Nobody else. It's your fault. But here's the thing, if you follow the plan that you made, if you actually follow the plan that you made, you would be good. You'd be golden if you just follow the plan that you made. But we don't want to follow the plan that we made because now we are trapped by our own plan, by our own demands. So it's one thing for people to tell you what you should do and you being upset that you're receiving orders from somebody. And it's a whole other thing to get orders from yourself. Because when you make a plan, that's what you're doing. You're ordering yourself to do certain things. But now we don't want to do it because we don't feel like doing it. That's a confusing thing with ADHD. We don't feel like doing it, so we won't do it. So you have to trick your brain into realizing that you don't have to do something. Because the moment you don't have to do it, you'll do it. But if you have to do it, you don't want to do it, so you won't do it. It makes no sense. And I'm a grown adult. Sometimes I feel like I'm a kid, but I'm a grown adult. And I still have to remind myself of these things, or else I won't do things. I'm a grown adult and I still have to remind myself of these things. Amber, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Look, it's not just her. It is not just her. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people. And shout out to Augusta University. I got my doctorate degree from Augusta University, the great AU. So I'm an alum. Is that how you say alumni? Whatever the word is. I'm one of those things from Augusta University. So shout out to all my people in Augusta. I was just there a couple of weeks ago. Augusta is different. They got new food restaurants, new spots. They got a Huey Magoo's. I'm like, damn, this was never here when I was in school. Augusta is different. Yes, Houston. Yes, Houston. Houston. April 26th. All Jokes Aside Comedy Club. Please come on out. I'm looking for my neurodivergence. I'm looking for my people who don't like being told what to do. If you don't like being told what to do, I'm assuming Sarah is one of these people. But if you don't like being told what to do, put a 1 in the chat. And Caitlin, link in my bio on Facebook. The link in my bio should have the details to the show in Houston. If you don't like being told what to do, put a 1 in the chat. I'm looking here on TikTok. Sarah on TikTok. 1, 1, 1. Mama OD, Nina, Eve, Teacher Henry, BJ, EJ, Ollie Rain, Sophia, Zay, Just Me, Drew. I'm not sure why I'm coming to Minneapolis, but I'd love to come there eventually. Demand Avoidance, Lovely Bold, Araceli. I see at least 15 people on TikTok who are neurodivergents. Okay. We have another 12 over here. Neurodivergent. All these people who don't like being told what to do. Look at all these people. Look at all these people. It's like that Vine. Look at all those chickens. I don't like being told what to do. Also, so Caitlin, yes, this is one of the confusing things about us. Especially if you have autism and ADHD. You don't like being told what to do, but you also want to be told what to do. How does this make any sense? It makes perfect sense to me. I don't like being told what to do, but I want you to instruct me on how to get things done. It's so weird. The human brain is a fascinating thing. I don't think anybody really understands the human brain. I don't understand it. I'm doing my best to understand it, but I don't. But I do know that if you can reduce the perceived demand that a certain task has, you will get it done. You have to reduce the perceived demand. This is a big unlock. When I realized this, it changed my life. Because sometimes you'll be sitting there and you have to get a certain thing done, and you can't get up to get the thing done. So you're sitting there and you're hating yourself and you're telling yourself, man, I'm lazy. I'm worthless. I can't get nothing done. I'm the worst in the world at everything. And you tell yourself that you need more motivation, you need more discipline, you need more routine. That's not the issue. You just have to reduce the perceived demand on that task. You have to tell yourself that it's okay if you don't do this task. All right. Stacy, is huge. Is huge. So you're going to say that this is what you're going to say. You're going to say, it's okay if I don't pay my taxes. All right. Now, I don't want the IRS to come for me because you have to pay your taxes. All right. But nobody is forcing you. Nobody has a weapon to your head and is forcing you to pay your taxes. Okay. And you do have 3 years to file your taxes. I just want to put that out there. I'm not telling you to do that, but you got 3 years to file your taxes. All right. You got 3 years. You don't have to get your taxes filed, but it would be very helpful if you got your taxes done, because we don't want to go to jail. We don't want to go to jail. We don't want to be a Mickey Ficky in jail. We don't want to go to jail. Jail's not good. It's not fun. Not at all. So just understand that you don't have to pay your taxes, but you should pay your taxes. You don't have to pick up your kids from school, but you should pick up your kids from school, because they're going to be the last kids waiting for a ride. And if you've ever been a kid in that position, it's the worst. You're sitting there, sometimes you're almost crying because you're the last kid waiting for a ride. So you should pick up your kids from school, but you don't have to. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to pay no bills. Okay, you don't have to pay your bills, all right? Now, the car can get repoed and the apartment can be evicted, but you don't have to pay the bills. But you should pay the bills. You ought to pay the bills. You ought to pay the bills. So you give yourself the permission to get things paid, to do things, but you don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. And I think I do have a Mickey Ficky shirt. I do. I do. I don't know. I might do well in jail. Lots of structure, 3 solid meals. Hey. I will say this about jail. I've had so many patients over the years tell me that going to jail was the best thing for them. I've heard, how many jails have I worked at before? I've worked at 3 jails. Yeah, I worked at 3 jails in my life. And at every jail, I've had at least a handful of people tell me, Coach, man, coming to jail was the best thing that I could have done for myself. I'm eating now. I'm sleeping now. I got my mental health under control. So sometimes jail ain't too bad of an option. I'm not telling y'all to go and, be arrested for indecent exposure. Don't go take off your pants in public. Don't go do something wild. Don't go on a high-speed chase. Please don't get arrested. But some people have benefited from going to jail. So just know that. Megan says, have task avoidance and difficulty with task execution. Megan, you might be a part of the family. Megan might be a part of the neurospicy family. That sounds very neurospicy. Yep, task avoidance and difficulty with task. As a tax. Task. I'm still thinking about the taxes. Task execution. And you know what is the sad thing about this? It's the execution of things that matters. It's not the ideas. It's not the plan. It's the execution. If you can execute something properly, you'll be fine. But if you're avoiding tasks and you're not executing them, then things start to stack up. They stack up. And before you know it, you become overwhelmed. And when you're in a state of overwhelm, then you get further and further away from the work. And the further away you get, the less you want to start on it. And keep in mind, you didn't want to do the work in the first place. If there is a accountant in the chat, please make yourself known. If there is an accountant in the chat, please make yourself known. Plug yourself in, and I will click your comment if you are an accountant. Normal ADHD. Now the ADHD has become normal because you have a flavor of ADHD that comes with autism. Okay, Krusty Krab Pizza is an accountant with ADHD. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Accountants are about to be very busy. Very busy. Lana, no problem. Krusty Krab, I'm sure you have an actual name, but until I get your name, I guess it'll be Krusty Krab. But Krusty Krab, can you let us know what states you're licensed in to be an accountant? Is that how it works? Or can you just do anybody's taxes? Can you do somebody who lives in Puerto Rico's taxes, or somebody who lives in California or Tennessee? How does that work? How does all that work? Mama OD on TikTok says that they are a banker. Does that count? I think a banker is different from an accountant. I think it's different. Honestly, psych ward feels like jail. No offense. So I feel like it gives you major discipline as well. I've heard a lot of people compare the psych hospital to jail. I would disagree, but some psych hospitals that are not run too well do feel like jail. Well, actually, you know what? The psych hospital sometimes feels like jail. I'll give you that. I will give you that. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I can give you that. I'm making sure my kids understand my AuDHD in ways, but my partner doesn't understand. Suggestions? Realtor K, here's the thing about being neurospicy and having a partner. And also, if y'all are into long form content, guys, I'll just put it out there. My YouTube content, I've been posting long form videos breaking down all of this. I know most of y'all want the short form content. That's what your attention span will hold. That's that's cool. But if you like long form content where I'm breaking down the intricacies of autism, ADHD, having both together, and demand avoidance, so on and so forth, go check out my YouTube. I think you'll enjoy it. I think you'll really enjoy it. But look, if you're dating somebody and they don't understand that you're neurospicy, it's going to be a problem in the relationship. So Realtor K is going to be a problem. Your partner needs to know that you are a neurospicy individual, because if y'all have an argument and you shut down, you don't need to be broken up with. You might need a speech therapist. You might need some ABA. You might need some counseling. You might need a therapist or a psychiatrist. You don't need to be broken up with. But because they think that you're just being quiet, because you're stonewalling them, they might think that you're a narcissist, but you're just level 2 on the spectrum. So it's important to know. It's important to know. Regina says, I am super neurospicy. Well, how neurospicy are you? Prove it to me. You said super with 4 U's. So talk to me. You're super neurospicy. Okay. What's the difference between that and super? Just a regular super. You're super. My YouTube is the same thing. YouTube. Where's my YouTube? YouTube.com/ is it Kodo Sarfo or Dr. Kodo Sarfo? I think it's Kodo Sarfo. It is. Got it. There we go. And we are live on YouTube, by the way. That's 5 U's. Let me see what book recommendations. I don't have any specific ones, but I have a book called Feeling Good, and it's available on Audible, and it's a workbook. I think you'd like it. So Virginia says ADHD, autism, depression, anxiety, bipolar 2. Yeah, that will qualify as super neurospicy. Yep. So everything that I'm putting down, you're probably picking it up. Okay, welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. It's 3:20. Should I go to bed? No, you should stay up. I don't know where you're at, but you should stay up. Counting the U's is you're right. Counting all the U's is super neurospicy. Facts. I've been dressing up a lot more as of late. I've been dressing up a lot more as of late. It's just, I don't know. I like this swag. I might make it a thing. I might really make it a thing. Dressing up in suits. I was on a farm today. Maybe it's not the best time and place to be wearing, an expensive suit, but I like this swag. I like this swag. I might dress up more. I'll have a week where I dress up in suits, and then the next day I come on live stream and I have a white beater. That's the neuro spicy way of doing things. Regina, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm also super neuro spicy. AM says respectfully. Is there a way to respectfully ask somebody if they're autistic? I like this because you put the respectfully there to be nice. I do feel like I'm on the spectrum a little. Well, I can't even say a little because there is no little. I do feel like I am on the spectrum. I relate so much to my own content, so I may have to assess myself. So I think I could be, not officially yet, but by hearing and hearing, I just went ahead and diagnosed me. They're saying yes. Yeah. Some people feel like they have a touch of autism. People go around saying that they have a touch of it. I feel like I've been tackled by it. I got a lot of autistic traits now. A lot. I got a lot of them. And someone says, what have you been diagnosed with? Look, this is, am I the only content creator? I think I might be the only content creator that people are comfortable hopping on live stream and saying, what you got? What you got? What you been diagnosed with? ADHD. But I like my psychiatrist, but I feel like I know me more than my psychiatrist. If I had to diagnose myself, I'd probably say ADHD, depression, anxiety, autism. I know we're not supposed to self-diagnose, so don't do this at home, guys. ADHD, autism, anxiety, and if my autism diagnosis were not, like, if let's say I went through the full thing and for some reason I didn't have autism, then I think I would definitely have a form of bipolar disorder. That'll be my professional assessment of myself. So if the autism diagnosis, were wrong, then I would definitely have a form of a mood disorder, some component of a mood disorder. I definitely know that. But I do believe it's closer to autism than bipolar. But you can have both. Lovia says I can assess for it. You could. I might have to come to the office. And see what I got. But that's what I would say. I would say autism, ADHD, anxiety, and depression. PTSD too, honestly. PTSD. How can I forget the PTSD? How can I forget that? How can I forget? You're right, Regina. I'm learning. And Derpris says, I think it's because you're the one who calls it out so accurately. Probably. I think my videos probably confirm an autism diagnosis much better than the assessment would. I can really relate to your videos. Look, if you can really relate to the videos, I'm not saying that you're neurodivergent, but you got something. Respectfully. I may have to add the respectfully there, so the people are not upset or offended. I'm not upset at all. I've worked at psych hospitals for 10 years. You can't really upset me. Hey, thank you for supporting the YouTube, Lobita. I appreciate that. That it's getting more and more personal. What addictions do you have? Well, where do I start? Women, video games. What addictions do I have? In my 30s, I'm not sure if I would say women. In my 20s, for sure, for sure, for sure. I think my frontal lobe developed, so um, women don't phase me as much. I'm like I'm cool. Not off women forever. I still love women, but I wouldn't call it an addiction. But if we're talking about addictions that I've had, like throughout my lifetime, yes, women, and that's number one for a reason. That was the hardest one to kind of overcome. Lust is a lust is a Mickey Ficky. Um, Women, video games, cannabis. Hmm. I can't think of anything else. I'm sure something else will pop up, but I can't think of anything else. A lot of. Hey, look, I miss being on the live stream. Man, I love y'all so much. I love y'all so much. I love y'all so much. We do women with an issue. Yeah, it's women are women are the best thing ever. And I know myself, so like I'll see like somebody might DM me like a number or something like that. I'll go on her Instagram. I'll look. I say, okay, she look thick, but I ain't gonna respond because I know myself. So I don't get wrapped up in none of that. I know myself. I have to say far away, far away. I love women, but I gotta say far away. I know myself. I love y'all in Chicago as well. I love y'all. I love y'all. Thank you, Lavita. I can't even see you. Yeah, no, I was never a smoker. Honestly, that habit came. Uh, I picked that up as a California thing, and I would see people smoking, and I would judge people. Honestly, I'll be completely honest. I would judge people. Not it wasn't like an overt judgment, but whether it was friends or even patients, because you work at a psych hospital, people come in because of cannabis. They come in and they have these psychotic episodes, and I would tell myself, why can't people just stop? Why do you have to smoke? Why do you have to smoke? And then I got to California, and I became a public figure, and like life got a little heavy for me and it became difficult. And then, once I started to dabble, I'm like, oh, I see why people, okay. I see why people would smoke. So yeah, that was, it was an error for me, but I didn't like the brain fog and you're just slower, or at least for me, I was just much slower. I had to give it up. Yeah, Krusty Krab, you're right. Many great men have been taken out by beautiful women. You're right. You're right. I got a buddy of mine. Anytime any celebrity gets caught up in the news or some scandal, what he'll do is he'll call me, say, "Hey, Kojo, did you hear? They just got so and so. They just got so and so. Like, are you safe out there?" I'm like, "I'm good. I'm safe. I'm good." And no, look, Regina, we gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about it. And look, that's what I like about this platform. We don't lie over here. We keep it 100% funky. When you have ADHD, and look, throw in the autism part as well. When you're neurodivergent, you more than likely you'll have an addictive personality. So you'll have something and you'll latch onto it. And for a lot of us, it'll be sex. So you'll latch onto something, and then like that's your hyperfixation, whether it's a person, whether it's a couple of people, but you'll latch onto something. You'll have moments where that's all you can think about. And then you have moments where you want nothing to do with it. Like you don't want to be touched, you don't want to think about sex, you just want your space from everybody. And it's like we're being, we're in isolation, like we're antisocial. Like it just happens like that. It happens like that. And see, that's why I love neurodivergence, because we keep it 100 all the time. People like to, people are trained to lie, and like there's all these social games that we have to play. But I'm tired of having to pretend like I'm normal. I don't want to act like I'm normal. I don't like I know who I am. I know who I am. I'm not normal. I am not normal. Katie says, stop telling my business. Oh, weak. I am not normal. Amy says, what's my type? Ah, my goodness. What's my type is such a dumb. Well, actually, no. So, Amy, I'm not saying you're dumb, okay? Or actually, dumb is too strong of a word. But what's my type? I would say that the reason why what's my type doesn't work is because, and I know the women can back me up on this. Ladies, have y'all ever been with a guy and he tells you not to worry about a certain lady, and he'll say something like, oh, I would never get with her, like she's not even my type. And then guess what? A couple of weeks later, down the line, you find out that he was messing with that same girl he told you not to worry about. So when it comes to like men are just dogs. Ain't no such thing as a type for a guy. Men are just dogs, but sometimes you need a dog, and sometimes dogs are loyal, and dogs are, you keep dogs in the house, and some dogs are outside dogs. You don't want to get close to them, but some dogs are, dogs you can keep in the house. Somebody said thick. I like them thick for sure. 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 Women are women. And now there are some people that will only date a certain kind. So in that case, yes, some people can have a type. Like if somebody says that they only date like white women or black women, or I only date women that are Hispanic or Middle East, then that would be a type. And there are some guys out there, but for the most part, at least for myself, fine is fine. Fine is fine. So if the vibe is right, I can't say if the vibe is right, because and look, we keep it real over here. The vibe can be right, but if I'm not attracted to the person, then it's not gonna work. So the vibe would be right only if I was attracted to her. People say that vibes are everything. Vibes are important, but don't skip out on attraction. Don't do that. I've heard people say that, oh, as long as like you're friends with the person. No, don't do not play that game where you get with somebody because the vibes are right, but you're not attracted to them. It's gonna be really bad. It's gonna be bad. Oh yeah. By hearing, was I not telling the truth before? Well, maybe I gotta be honest all the time. My dating likes are all over the place. Yeah, I find that most people don't have a type. No, some people can, but most people don't have a type. My question, Saudi, how are you? How are you? Kathy Joe, how are you? Picked up a new craft crocheting. Is that what you said? Crocheting? I hope I even pronounced that correctly. Are you able to until I hire some people to take over with the psych practice, we're gonna, keep it slow with the psych practice. But I would love to hire some people and maybe have somebody run that business. It's a lot for me. Yarn, that's what's up, Kathy. What's my schedule for going live? So my schedule for going live normally is Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. California time. Obviously, I'm promoting comedy shows for Houston and Nashville, so I'll look to ramp that up a little bit more. But at a minimum, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. It wasn't that way the past couple of weeks because I was sad, but now I'm back. So, we're here. We are here. We are here. Spirit Wine, we're live. I see you. My type is the one I end a relationship via self-sabotage because I know they can do better than me and I prefer them to be happy without me. Oh, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. This could be one of my side hustles right here, Lana. It could be. For the most part, you're telling the truth. Oh yeah, nobody's perfect, but you need. Don't skip out on attraction. Like I've heard people. I hate this advice. I've heard so many times where people say, "Oh, like when they get older, the looks are gonna fade away." Sure, and looks are not all of what attracts you to somebody. Vibe does count. Confidence counts, but if you are not attracted to how they look, it will not work. Do not test this theory. Do not do it. Do not do it. Just don't do it. Caitlin, this is facts right here. And this is why it's always best to go slow when you start seeing somebody for the first time. Okay? When you meet somebody, if you are part of this neurodivergent gang, chat, hear me out. You're neurospicy. You meet somebody, you're attracted to them, they're attracted to you. You go slow. Okay? Take your time. Now, do I follow this advice? No, but for you, you go slow. I don't follow this advice, but you should take it slow. And Cyril, I'm doing well. Hope all is well with you, Cyril. You take it slow, okay? And make sure that you actually like the person. Because when the dopamine wears off, there's a rude awakening that you have to face. And it's a rude awakening. So take your time. Culture therapy says, what's slow? Slow is do not see them more than once a week in person. No more than once a week in person. That's slow. That is slow. And look, I know it's hard to plan, but no more than once a week. Petra, I know it's hard to plan, but no more once a. And Caitlin, you're right. Y'all are gonna hear this, and y'all not gonna listen to this advice. You're not gonna listen to it, and I don't listen to it anyway. But this is what I should be saying as a licensed mental health professional. I don't do it, but you should. You should. Right. You want somebody who's attracted to you for real. Like somebody who wants to rip your clothes off. Type shit, Carolina, happy that you can come on live. Do as I say and not as I do. Exactly. And sure, we've gone off script. All right, this is a perfect time for Q&A. Throw your questions in. I have a couple of questions. Yeah, throw them in. Why don't I take it slow? Because I have a neurospicy brain. So I like to think that I'm the exception to every rule. So if I meet a girl and I think she's amazing, I'll tell myself that, oh no, like she is like she's it, like she's amazing, and I'll hyperfixate on her, and I will purposefully not tell some of the people in my life, or I'll dress it up a little bit and say, oh yeah, I've known her for a little bit, blah blah blah. No, I just met her last week Tuesday. But I'll say, oh no, like I've known her through people to make it look like I've known her for quite a while, but I just met the girl and I'm rocking with her. So we start to do a whole lot of fun things, and then we start to go to different places, and we sort of take all these cute photos, and like we go fast, and it's all silly and fun. It's fun. So I'll do that. But then I'll come out here and I'll put on a suit and tie and I'll tell y'all to just see your person once a week, because that's what you should do. In a different world, in a different life, that's what I would do. I would see the girl once a week. But as I've gotten older, I have gotten better with taking my time. So 3 times a week, twice a week, for the most part. And yes, Leilani, this is facts. And I mean, this is a whole different conversation. But the great Chris Rock said men are only as faithful as their options, which is for the most part true. The more options you have, the more you have to play mental games with yourself and just stay inside the house. Like, for my married guys out there, y'all saw what happened with the coach of the Michigan football team. I mean, for my married people out there in general, just go home. Just go home. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. That person at work who's been giving you looks, they've been walking by you, they put on that cologne, the perfume, they come and they talk to you in a soft voice, they tell you that everything's going to be okay. She puts on that pencil skirt, she put that booty up. Go home. Go home. Go home. Just go home. 3 words that will save your life. Just go home. Just go home. It will save your life. I know many people right now who wish they just went home. Just go home. Derpitz, very sorry to hear this. And look, I joke about a lot of things, but I don't condone cheating. Cheating is not, there's nothing cool about cheating. Nothing cool about cheating. I don't condone cheating. Not good. Not good. Not good at all. Slow may look different for you versus someone else. Take it slow back. How it feels right. What does feels right mean? What do you mean by it feels right? Let me see what they say on TikTok. Cyril, yes. I'll have a comedy show in Nashville. I know you're in Tennessee. A show in Nashville, May the 31st at Zany's. So I hope to see you. All right. So, the question from All Who Wonder Are Free, it says, together for 20 years and now know we are neurodivergent. Unmasking. Never problems, but recharging is after burnout for. I'm not sure exactly what I'm trying to say here. Grace from Canada, how are you? You're trying to recharge after burning out, you and your husband? Is that what you're trying to say? I'm not exactly sure. Cyril, I am with Cyril. If we're being completely honest, we just booked the show in Nashville today, so we don't have the ticket links yet. So I'm supposed to wait to announce it. I'm just so excited to be coming home to Nashville that I'm here running my mouth. But when we get that link, I'll put it in the bio. But it'll be May 31st. I think it's a Sunday, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you in Nashville. Latina Neuro Diva, what's up? What's up? What's up? Anyone who's ADHD knows you can never just go by what feels right. Bridget on TikTok, love the show. Victoria, I see what you're saying here, but I like what Bridget is saying. If you have ADHD, you can never go by what just feels right. Don't do it. Don't do it. Your feelings are not a reliable indicator of what you truly value. They are just your feelings. I'll say that my life changed once I understood that. You just feel frustrated in the moment, but you don't have a bad life. It was just a bad day. It probably wasn't even a bad day. It was probably just a bad couple of hours. So if you have ADHD, for all of us, but especially if you have ADHD and autism, do not go by what feels right. You need a system. Don't just go by what feels right. You're going to get yourself in a lot of trouble, okay? So please. Lindsay, how are you? This is pretty cool, right? You see we got the name here. It's pretty cool. Shout out to Lindsay, Dr. Lindsay Hill, by the way. who runs the Psych NP Bootcamp. I see what you've been doing with the increase in volume of your content, and I like it. I like what you're doing with the Psych NP Bootcamp. I like it. I just want to say that. Like the booty is never worth it. It is never worth it. It's never worth it. It is never worth it. It just look. It feels like it is in the moment, but it's not. Once again, you cannot trust your feelings. Don't do it. Don't do it. No, ma'am. No ham. No turkey. Don't do it. Jordan, your laugh is right. It's true. Don't. It's not. It's not. It's not worth it. I thought you were Michael Essien. Oh, okay. That's my guy. He played for the Ghana soccer team. You should book a show around the Memphis area. Would love to see you in person. Shauna, I would love to come to Memphis eventually. Hubby needs more time to recharge connecting. He's home when not working, but recharging, resting. All right, so all who wonder are free. I think it's helpful. Like, I can speak as a neurodivergent man. When we come home, if you have a partner who allows you to just do your thing, it means the world to us. If I can come home and I get 90 minutes not say anything before anybody talks to me, that's the recharging time. That's the time that he needs to recharge. So I think if you can see it as him recharging and him not trying to avoid you, that can help out the relationship. Estella says, why have I never thought about how my neurospicy affects my romantic choices? I don't know, but you better think about it. You better, and this is why I went through what I went through in my 20s, because I didn't understand how this affected my romantic choices. So in my 20s, I had to have a girlfriend. I had to have a girlfriend. I could not be alone. When I didn't have a girl, I was looking for a girl. I had to have a girlfriend. One relationship ends, I have another girl. Or sometimes even as one relationship is ending, then I got a girl on mind, like, she cool, like, like you're already thinking about the next one. Of course, my frontal lobe hadn't developed yet, but when I understood my patterns, I'm like, oh, okay. You want a girl so bad, but then you get to the relationship, and then the same girl that you prayed for, like literally, I would have these conversations with God. I kid you not, and I'd be telling God, I'm like, oh my God, she too bad, she too thick. God, please, if you let me get this girl, I promise you, like, I'll write her letters, I'll get her flowers. God, please, just let me get this girl. She's so fine. God, I will never ask you for anything again in my life. I just want this woman so bad, so bad. And I go up and I talk to her, and I'm nervous to get her number, but I get her number. And before you know it, I got the girl. 7.5 weeks later, I'm like, please, God, can you pray this girl over? Like, this girl's on my nerves. Like I'm trapped. Leave me alone. I want another girl. I'm trapped. And then it was at that moment that I realized that I was the problem. I'm the problem. I'm like, this makes no sense. How are you gonna pray to get in a situation, and then now you're praying to get out of it? It makes no damn sense. And then this cycle would repeat. Like right after I told God that I didn't want nothing else, then I meet another girl. I'm like, God, I know the last girl was like, I asked you that, you just let me have that girl. Like, but this girl's different. Like, this girl is really too thick. This girl is really too bad. This girl's so fine. God, you see how she smells? Please, just let me get this girl, and I promise you, I'm gonna never ask you for anything. Like, 2 months later, God, this girl is so damn annoying. She won't stop talking. I don't even want her. I want her sister. And the cycle just keeps going on and on and on and on. And then I'm like, okay, God, please help me find a therapist, because I am the problem. I'm the problem. And this is a good point right here. I think I've said this before. I think neurodivergence in general attract people that want to use them. Just that, like, if you're a neurodivergent guy like me if I attract somebody who's trying to use me, I can defend myself physically. But if you flip it around with a woman, depending on what type of abuse is in play, she may not be able to defend herself. Let me see. Same. Jordan, you feel me? Estella, I'm not a Scorpio. I'm a Sagittarius, but I don't think that me being a Sagittarius is why these problems are happening. It's happening because I don't want to blame it all on ADHD, but that's a big part of the reason why. That's a big part of the reason why. As a Scorpio, I always wanted to be single until I was. That's not the Scorpio thing at all, guys. It's not Scorpio. Well, I mean, it could be, but could be. God will never give you more than you can bear, girls. Sarah Long Week. Why do you always feel like you have to be in a relationship? I'm the same way. So the person who asked that question, if I'm being honest, I think it's because I didn't have my purpose yet. So in my 20s, I was fairly successful. From the time I was 23 on, I was working 2 nursing jobs. So I had, put on some weight because I was super lanky as a kid. So that was one of my insecurities. I was too skinny. So I put on some weight. I fixed my teeth. And I started making money, was making 6 figures. I was like 23 or so. So now I have some financial resources. I can actually take a girl on a trip and, stuff like that. So once again, I think it just became like an addicting thing for me. And I didn't have a purpose. I loved working at the psych hospital and I knew I was meant for more. And I still love the psych hospital, but I didn't know what my thing was. But now, having this online platform and you all, I've realized that this is my purpose. My purpose is to share my story and to help educate people and entertain people. And now that I have my purpose, I am a million times way less reckless. Thank you for the gift, by the way, the Galaxy gift on TikTok. And I'm let me see what your name is. MFED. I can't see your name, but as men, when we don't know what our purpose is, it leads to reckless behavior. It can lead to substance use. It can lead to indulging in women and drugs and sex. And you're just kind of running around like a chicken with its head cut off because you're looking for something to fill the void. So when you have a purpose, it cuts down on reckless behaviors by a lot. There's things that I won't do now because I have a purpose. I wake up and I'm excited. I want to see what videos work. I want to see what people want to see. I want to go to the open mic and try some jokes. I want to see what people are commenting online. People want to learn about demand avoidance. Okay, I got to make a video about that. But now that I have this connection, it's really reduced the things that I do. So I think that finding your purpose will help to cut down on needing somebody all the time. You have to have a purpose. And Anne Marie says that is also when you operate more out of your ego. That is correct. That's correct. That's correct. Big facts. That's correct. I mean, respectfully, you're handsome. Getting the girls was too easy. Yeah. Yeah, but there's no how do I say this? Now that I'm older, what's cool is having a family and having kids and having one girl that you really rock with, and all of the guys here can attest to this because we all had rosters at different points in our life. You gotta live in a roster or whatever. We've all had rosters, but for all the guys in here, ask yourself this: how happy were you when you had a roster? And how happy were you when you had one girl? Maybe she wasn't the best girl, but when you had one girl that you were really rocking with, I promise you that you were way happier. And it's not even close. It's like night and day. You were way happier with that one girl you were really rocking with. So I mean, having a roster or all that stuff, or like just dating a lot of women, it's cool. But I'm at the point where I want things to be cumulative. So like what's the point? That's because it's I don't know about. I don't think women see how it is on our end, but dating women is very expensive. It costs a lot of time and energy and emotions. That's all time, energy, emotions, money that I could have poured into that could have been a video. That could have been me taking my mom out somewhere nice. My mom came to LA for the first time a couple of days ago. I got to take her around to all the different restaurants, show her what I do. She got to eat good, eating the European sea bass and branzino fish. She was living good. And I was just looking at my mom having such a good time. And I was like, damn, there's a lot of women that I dated. I could have spent this time taking on my mom, so you want things to be cumulative. You don't want it to be, just like this girl and that girl and or, vice versa. This guy, that guy, you want to build with somebody. Or maybe, look, my frontal lobe just developed. So maybe I'm just smarter now, but it wasn't always developed. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. My mom's doing good, Sarah. Thank you. She's doing good. She's doing good. Someone says I'm autistic and I'm better being single than in a relationship. Jennifer, I probably agree with that. Like we are able to, like it's easier for us to be single than it is for us to be in a relationship. Because we have to learn how to deal with ourselves. Like that's a job in of itself. And then now to deal with somebody else, it's tough. Estella says, when I was young, if I want someone, I was going to have them. And look, sometimes you feel that way, and then you get the person, and you're like, why did I just do this? And Hawkeye is saying, I'd rather just hook up and keep it moving. Hawkeye just wants to screw. Okay. Relationships are a waste of time, especially when you're the outcome. It do feel like that sometimes. It do feel like that sometimes. And marrying is expensive, but also going from one person to the next is it's expensive. I've never been married, but I've gone from one person to the next, and I think another thing that helps me out is also being a public figure. I can't be reckless anymore. I mean, you can be, but now it is different. We have a team. I got lawyers involved. We have NDAs, so like I can't do what So now I'm just at the house by myself. I'm not doing anything. Like if I'm hanging with a girl, it's gonna be the old lady or something like that. But can't really do nothing for real. My brother's doing good. Thank you for asking. Both my brothers are doing good. Thank you for asking. Big Mama, I love that name. Big Mama asks, how can I stop smoking? It became my coping mechanism. You can't stop smoking without finding something to replace it. So if you were smoking to help you sleep, maybe melatonin will help you out. If you were smoking to help you be smooth in social situations, maybe going to a party with friends, so that way you're already loose will help out. But you can't stop the thing that you were doing without a replacement, or else you're going to go back to that thing, especially when it's smoking. If we're talking about, gardening, getting high, people don't say it's an addiction, and more or less you can shake that addiction easier than other addictions, but it's one of the hardest to stop. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. He's PR trained now. Yeah, I am. A little bit. You can't mess up the money, okay? You can't mess it up. No. That's what Hawkeye said. Hawkeye just wanted to screw for real. Hawkeye says, I'd rather just screw and keep it moving. I know kids watch me, so I try not to cuss. I'd rather just screw and keep it moving. If we could do that, if we could all do that, then I mean, what would beat that? It's, you know, it'd be easy. Oh, my mom already left LA. Magic Castle. My mom's not like a going out person. I had to force her to get out. I'm like, Mom, like, this is Hollywood. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. Let's go do this. But she did a good job of getting out of the house. Isn't the suit uncomfortable? It's actually not. Well, I mean, I've had it on all day, so I guess it could be. But no, it's actually not. What's uncomfortable is this damn tie. That's what's uncomfortable. The tie is what's uncomfortable. Marry a cheap woman. Oh, it's funny. Autistic people do better single. ADHD people be dating at boredom. That sounds about right. ADHD, we can't be bored. We can't be bored. We can't be bored. Ooh, okay. My neck can breathe now. You made yourself look even better. Okay. I didn't think that was possible. I thought I had reached my max. Thank you, really, Raleigh. I appreciate that. And someone was driving and smoking, and all right, look, you ain't gotta drive and smoke now. You ain't gotta do all that now. You ain't gotta do all that now. I made him start taking off his clothes. How'd you do that? You got me to start taking my clothes off. It was a tie. Yeah. And this tie right here, this is one of my thicker ties. Normally I like them thick, but not really with the ties. But normally I like them thick. Do you think it's beneficial to get an official AuDHD diagnosis? Well, it depends. I think it can be very helpful. It can give you an understanding of yourself, but you don't have to. You don't have to have a diagnosis to understand yourself. But for some people, it really helps you, understand yourself. So, yeah. When I saw "Love Your Shorts," I thought they were talking about. Okay, your autism is showing. Or maybe you need sleep. Water break. I think I'm out of water. I gotta go get me some water. Mickey Ficky. Well, actually, no, I think I got some water. Let's go do a water break. Let me get some water. So we can keep that tradition going. Y'all like my shorts, huh? Titan shorts. And I forgot. Somebody has to drop the magic word in the chat. I already took a drink of water. Look at me breaking tradition. Which nootropics do you use? Nootropics. What nootropics do I use? I have that Nello drink off the TikTok shop that I got. I think it has L-theanine in there. I use that and I like it. So I'll make more videos about that because I use that multiple times a week. I gotta think about the rest. Cheers. Big cheers. Let's get some water in. Somebody's dehydrated. Whew. The magic word is cheers. Cheers. I guess cheese too, but cheers. I would say if you're pregnant, I would wait. Just in my opinion, because pregnancy can throw off a lot of different things. And also hormones are all over the place. That way you don't question your diagnosis. You look exactly like my brother and he's a physician. Okay, that's a compliment to him. Okay. Brian, what's going on? What's your best remedy for task paralysis? I put on a song that I enjoy, and I tell myself, get up, 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 and I get up. In fact, I listen to a song called "Could You Be Loved" by Bob Marley, because in that song he goes, get up, 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 get up now, and then I get up. So it's kind of cheesy, maybe a little silly, but I actually do that. I'll play that song, and by the time Bob Marley's saying get up, get up, get up, get up, it's time for me to get up. It's time for me to get up. Who do you have winning the Super Bowl? New England Patriots. And yes, I miss Mike Vrabel. Wish he'd come back to the Titans. But I got the Patriots winning it all. Get Up by Shinedown. Okay. The AuDHD is showing. Brian, it's been a minute. I've been good. I mean, not the whole time since I last came online, but I'm good now. Lulu, what's up? Rams and Seahawks. Rams. It'll be close though. Go Oilers. You're saying all the right things. What are your thoughts on Lions Mane? I've heard people speak on it very favorably, but I don't have too much experience myself on it. Micah, the Titans are gonna. Don't worry, we'll be back. Break things into small tasks. Do something really small. No, I like that. If you do anything, then you can start to do something. Do anything, then you start to do something. Then you start to do bigger things. How do you explain yourself without making it look like you're making excuses? Use as few words as possible. Yeah, we still have to look at the Discord. Kendra, do we have the link for the Discord there? UK lady, I appreciate you, but do we have the link to the Discord? It should be in the bio. Let me check and see. It should be in the bio. Let me click the bio real quick on Facebook. The top link is the Houston Comedy Show. Then the second link is a comedy show in Los Angeles this weekend, in Hollywood. Then the Patreon, my book. Yeah, free Discord. Then the merch. It's like, yeah. It's there. It's there. Link is in the bio. Oh, yeah. We got Discord. Caitlin says, Caitlin, your dad was my professor a couple of years ago and loved talking about his TikTok son. Oh, man, that's my pops. That's my pops. I appreciate that. I came down to Tennessee Tech one time, and I think I taught a class. Yeah, I taught one class in Tennessee Tech for some of the students. Yeah, my dad's so kind. He's so complimentary. Thank you for following, Caitlin. I appreciate that. Did I repost your comment? I tried to. Maybe it didn't work. Hey, yeah. We have comedy shows. One this weekend in Los Angeles. So we have a home comedy show in Hollywood at the Fourth Wall Comedy Club, and then April the 26th in Houston. And we'll have more shows in California throughout the year because that's the home venue. But we'll sprinkle in shows around the country. Nashville is coming up next after Houston. Yeah. My pop's not at Tennessee Tech anymore. What do you think of the Salah hiring? I'm a big fan of it. I like it. He's a great defensive mind. He's confident. He's a big guy. He knows what he's doing on defense. It all comes down to who he hires on offense. He has to find a really good offensive coordinator and then get out of the way. So if he has a good OC, we will be fine. If he doesn't get a good OC, we won't be fine, and we'll be looking for another coach in 3 years. So my oldest was born on Super Bowl Sunday back in 2018. Eagles won that one, so okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Link in the bio to find out about the shows. So link in the bio. I was speaking to my promoter today, and his strategy is funny. I'll say this, and then I have to hop on. Dang, time is going by so fast. I'll say this, and I have to hop on to my meeting with John. But my promoter was saying, all right, Coder, this is what we're going to do. We're going to hit up all the black cities first. And then we're going to go to the smaller cities. I'm like, what's a black city? Is Houston a black city? Is Nashville a black city? He's like, kind of, sort of, but you go, hit up the black cities, get your chops up, and then we go to Oklahoma City. And I thought that was funny because I know a couple of black folks who live in Oklahoma City. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I look like I'm tired. I thought I looked like I'm handsome. Cheekbones. I look lethal. Weak. The UK eventually, we'd love to come there. I used to live in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Okay, I gotta come out to Tulsa too. Tulsa, Oklahoma City. What else we got? That's all I know in Oklahoma City. In Oklahoma, but we have Norman too. That's where the school's at. So I know 3 cities in Oklahoma. Oof. Those cheekbones look lethal. That's hilarious. That's hilarious right there. And Kendra, thank you so much. Yeah, the comedy show schedule is there. The link in the bio will take you. I mean, that link right there will take you to the comedy show schedule. And Norman is OU Sooners. That's it. From the pictures of the comedy club in Houston, I'm gonna be. Hey, Caitlin, this is hilarious. I'm gonna be the only snowbody there. That's hilarious. That's funny. That's very funny. That's hilarious. So you're saying that it's a black club in Houston? It probably is, but I feel like I can bring out some more white women. Don't worry. You won't be by yourself. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Josh, I appreciate you. I have AuDHD. I take the meds as well, and they help me every single day. So I can just imagine how much your life has improved. So thank you for this comment, and I hope that more people can get their hands on this content and take the steps necessary to make their life a little bit better. So okay, we have the Hispanics in Houston. Okay. All right, so we got some white people, and then we got some Hispanics. Now we need some more people to come out to the show in Houston. So, all right, y'all. Okay, all right. My assistant, I gotta hop in this meeting. I'm hella late. All right, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow is Friday. Okay, tomorrow's a travel day, and then Saturday is the show, and then Sunday is travel day. And then Monday is Okay. All right. We're back. We're back. When are we gonna be back on this live stream? All right, we're back on Monday. We should be back on Tuesday, but we're gonna be back on Monday. We're gonna be back on Monday because I need to be going live more consistently because I miss y'all. I miss y'all. I'm an HR supervisor, lots of responsibilities, and I almost lost my job until I got on the medication. Yes, this is good. And look, I'm not. And Lana, I'll check my calendar first. You're right. I'll double check that we can do Monday. I feel like we can, but I'll double check. But like, I'm not pushing meds. People think that I push medications. I'm not pushing meds on anybody. So people will say, "Oh, well, look, you get paid more if we take the meds, the pharmaceutical." No, I'm not pushing meds on anybody. I'm just merely telling you what I did in my life and how my life got way better once I got professional help. And look, guys, if I didn't have to take medications, I wouldn't. I wish I didn't have to take medications. If I could snap my finger and get rid of ADHD and not have to take medications, I would do it. It'd make my life easier. But guess what? I needed medications, and I'm cool with that. And there's no shame in my game. So I'm happy that the meds have changed your life. That's very exciting. Very exciting, Josh. Very exciting. So, all right. I'm out, y'all, and I will check my calendar, but we're scheduled to come back on Monday, and I'm gonna see y'all then. Great live stream. Great live stream. Love y'all. See y'all soon.